We will be making a crane in this video, and at the moment I don't have that awesome origami paper that has the color on one side and the white on the other, so we're using old program notes, so if you want to learn about Mozart while we make a crane, you can also do that. So we'll start, so color side up, we're going to fold it in half diagonally. I've already done that because in order to make it a square, I had to fold it in half diagonally. So we will fold it in half diagonally. Now we're going to flip it over so the white side's up, and then we're going to fold it in half the regular way. Okay, now we're going to fold it in half the other way. Feel free to pause this video at any time if you need to. Okay. Now this is the first part that might be a little tricky if you've never done this before or it's been a long time. The diagonal will want to move inward, so we're going to bring the diagonal parts together. I'll do that again so you can see it. Bring it together and flatten it out. So now we have this. So we have the open, so make sure now don't get it upside down, because I know some people have tried to do this upside down and it doesn't work. You have the closed end tip like this. There's the tip with your layers, and then here's the open end with all the flappy parts. So now we're going to, I call this opening the closed. So this is together, so we're going to open it up. And we're going to do the same thing with this. Again, you can pause it anytime you need to, or rewind part of it as well. We just did this so that there will be a central crease. You can see there's a nice crease now down the middle. So now we're going to take this top part and we're going to fold this side to the middle line that we've just created. Now you're going to do the same thing with this side as well. I just rotated it upside down because I like using my left hand for this. Kind of ambidextrous that way. Okay, now you're going to fold the tip down over this. Okay, now we're going to open up all that we just did. This, and now this is a pretty tricky part, so bear with me here. We're going to take the top layer, we're going to open it up and flatten it out. You might have to poke the insides a little bit to get it to do this. We're going to flatten it out like this. There we go. This is probably, I think, the hardest part of the crane to do. So now we're going to fold it back over, and we're going to do exactly the same thing on this side. So fold side to middle. Side to middle. And then top tip over this. Open it all back up. Take your top layer of paper, open it up, flatten it out. Don't be afraid also, I know beginners of origami don't like to do strong creases sometimes, like they're gonna hurt the paper. It's like, no, I promise, you're not gonna hurt the paper. It's okay. All right, now we still have our closed end from before, and we have our open end with the two little bits here. So now, and you have these 2 layers here as well. So we're going to take this tip and we're going to fold it to the center like this. This is a slight variation on the usual crane, but I saw someone make it this way and I think it's really neat. So we're going to do it like this. So now we're going to do the same thing with the other 3. So I'll keep it on the same side. So fold the tip to the center. Now we will flip it over, tip to center. And rotate it, tip to center. Okay. Now, like I said, we have our 2 layers here. So now we're going to open this up. I think it kind of looks, I kind of call this the fox face because it has kind of a nose and 2 ears. So now we're going to bring the nose of the fox, so to speak, and we're going to bring it up. This is also the other challenging part. You don't want to bring it all the way up, or at least that's not how I do it. And you also want to flatten it out. So kind of bring it up and stop it so that it kind of makes an angle like this. Again, pause it and rewind if you need to, if this doesn't make sense. So now we're going to do the same thing with this. Going to open it up so we see our fox face with the 2 ears and the nose. We're going to bring the nose up, not all the way, just most of the way. We're going to make this at a nice, there we go. So now we're 90% of the way done. I like to pick the prettiest one of these to be the head, and so I think this is the prettiest one. So we're going to partially open it back up. We're going to bend the tip, not all the way down because then it won't have a beak, but we want to bend it down just enough so that it has a nice beak. Yay! Now, the moment of truth, we're going to take the wings and very gently pull on it so it inflates. And that's a crane. Yay! I can't see yours, but if it doesn't look exactly like mine, that's okay. If it was your first time, good job. I bet it looks wonderful for a beginner. And yeah, thanks for watching, I suppose.